What up everyone and welcome back to the channel. It's here, it's House of the Dragon week, it's episode 5. Last episode was a big one.
We lost Rhaenys, unfortunately. That was very sad, but I think the way they did it was really well done and like emotional, I guess, from like a show perspective. It was a pretty big moment.
I thought so too. Yeah, I really didn't think that's where we were going. I thought it was really going to be a confrontation between Kristen and Daemon for whatever reason. I was just misreading the entire situation. The whole situation with Aegon is a crazy situation in and of itself. At the end of the episode, I felt pretty confident that Aegon was dead. We saw the preview for this episode last week. At some point after the episode, they were carrying him around. They were acting like he wasn't dead. So I'm assuming he's not dead, but at the very least, he's probably fucked. He has to be incapacitated at the very least. He can't be talking at this point. He might be kind of like almost kind of on life support in a sense, because if he can talk, he's gonna probably say that Aemon did this to me.
Yeah.
So is Aemon gonna try and finish the job if that is the case? I don't really know how this is all gonna unfold. What we did see was Kristen walk up on Aemon and he kind of sheathed his sword. And was he about to kill him there? Was that what we're watching? Like, was he watching him about to do it, and then once he saw somebody there, he like just put it back and didn't finish the job? Before jumping into this episode, as always, you can check out our full-length reactions to this series with us by checking out our Patreon, and the link is down below.
Oh,
Corlys
man.
found out. So crazy that like out of the two of them, I would have expected him to die well before her. She was also like the best wisdom that Rhaenyra had. Like, close to her right now.
She should have been her hand.
The traitor dragon Mayleaf!
Oh, no!
Slain at Brook's Rest!
Oh, my
by
gosh.
your king!
They're like marching it through the street.
It's just the head.
Oh.
Don't they realize we won the battle?
Strange victory.
Does he look like he could be a Targaryen?
I thought the dragons was gods.
Oh. So in their eyes, seeing that this probably was not a good idea.
That's interesting. It's like making, it's that term like if you make God bleed, people will cease to believe in him.
It's just me.
It's like, oh, it's just an animal.
They view it as like larger than life.
Right. And
is this one of the heads that's kept in the bottom?
Probably.
Oh, man.
Yeah. You know, I was kind of like thinking that. I was like, I mean, I know it was a traitor dragon, but you think as a Targaryen, like, so showing a dragon like that, I don't know.
Well, it's
how
like
it would feel to show a dragon like that in a
now
really
they think that they could lose too, because they have dragons just like she has dragons, Rhaenyra, you know, so they're just animals.
Interesting. I never thought about that optics.
Is he alive?
His grace remains with us. Okay. For the moment.
Doesn't actually look as bad as I thought it was going to be.
Is my son going to die?
I'm afraid I cannot say. Now, if you'll excuse me, Your Grace, these next hours are most critical.
I expected him to look a lot worse, to be honest.
I mean, I guess he was wearing the armor.
His Grace fought valiantly.
He's gonna keep up the lie to her.
And Aemond?
You better get your lie straight if you're gonna lie.
I could not say.
Oh, you fucking unhonorable piece of shit.
The hour is late. My dragon is hungry. I have no choice but to submit. A terms are simple, Lord Bracken. Renounce the false King Aegon as a usurper.
Brackens were a people hatched out of the deepest of the seven hells, Your Grace.
This family hatred between the two of them.
We choose fire.
Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness, well he's gonna give you fire.
Oh my gosh, that is a shot.
I'm assuming he did it.
I did not think they would be so eager to die. You should have indulged them. I need them alive.
Oh, he didn't.
Oh.
Okay.
I came here
He
to
needs
raise
them.
swords, not corpses.
They are pig-headed, intransigent.
They would rather burn than succumb. Exactly the kind of men I need.
One could say they're brave, actually.
You are your father's chosen successor.
You did not prepare me to fight. If I had been a son,
He was
a
feeble.
sword thrust into my hand the moment I could walk. Instead, I was given my father's cup. Taught the name of every lord and castle between
He was
Storm's
also like
End
a
and the Twain,
peacetime
but not
king,
the
too.
difference between hilt and foible. And they know it. And Daemon as well.
Shall your evening meal be served here, Your Grace?
Not now.
It's crazy that she's the only person she can confide in right now.
Yeah.
For too long I have looked to him for strength. If I must be supplicant to my own husband, what does that make me?
I feel like she needs to find her own strength, to be honest.
know my part, Massaria. The path I walk has never been trod.
Kristen Cole made a mistake. parading a dragon's head through the streets like a prize of war. But the people see an ill omen. The king has fallen. They whisper to each other that when Viserys lived, there was peace.
Maybe show them that you can provide that for them.
They are 1,000 living in the shadow of the Red's Keep and forgotten.
Ooh, turn the people against the crown?
And you think they will turn to me?
Is that what you're
The
implying?
discontented, rumors are feed.
Spread those rumors.
Whispers are more powerful than you think. It's like Tyrion said, my greatest weapon is my mind.
Yeah.
Everybody has their own greatest weapon. Sometimes it's not a weapon.
Oh, crap. He's having more fucking weird-ass dreams.
What was that?
Daemon,
Targaryen are you?
you were always the strong one.
Who are you?
My favorite son.
The mother?
Oh, what?
Damon, you got some fucking issues.
The duck not to your liking, Your Grace.
What is going on even?
There's also goose, if you prefer.
Gosh, what? That was weird.
I mean, he married his niece. You know, the Targaryen way. You need to leave Harrenhal.
Has he woken?
No, I must admit, I'm not sure he will ever wake.
Okay, so that explains how Aemon isn't going to get snitched on.
The realm will have noticed his absence. Let them hear of his great deeds at Rook's Rest. But now we must name a regent to take his place. Until
it
he
gonna be?
recovers. Or does not.
A wise strategy, Your Grace.
But I don't know if she's inferring Aemon.
I don't think she's inferring. What about her? Herself?
Did you have a candidate in mind, Your Grace?
If she says herself...
I don't think
I
it's gonna
myself
be
served in this
Aemon.
role of my husband. I am well prepared to
Yeah.
do so again.
You played
Ooh, an Aemon!
Peace, Your Grace, but circumstances have changed. The king does not lack for heirs. The obvious choice is his immediate successor, Prince Aemon.
Lord Larys.
I agree, Your Grace. It must be Prince Aemon.
Ooh.
What would it say if in response to Rhaenyra's crowning we raised up a woman of our own? But the hand speaks with the king's
That
voice.
is-
Oh.
Kristen, what say you?
Yeah.
Aemond is the next in line. It must be him.
It's agreed, then.
Probably not what she thought was gonna happen.
Yeah.
To be fair, you opposed Rhaenyra. One of the big reasons was that she was a woman.
Now Aemon, though, is going to act a certain kind of way towards her as well. I think. King Aemon.
Move his little ball.
What is our standing in the room?
It's only a matter of time.
She's pissed.
So interesting seeing how fucking fractured these sides are.
Yeah. This is like proof that she's kind of lost whatever power she had here anymore. She's like nervous
tasks.
about him being king.
We shall meet again at first light. And someone cut down the fucking rat catchers.
The dog is still there.
He was like waiting by the dead body of that dude who kicked you. You could do better, dog.
Presumed you'd be here, seeing faithfully to the Prince Regent's commands.
Aemond is the next in line. It is the order of things.
You know what he is. What he has somehow become. Has your loyalty faded, or does it flourish only at night?
He has no fucking loyalty.
What I saw at Rook's Rest.
What? What did you see?
He's not gonna say it.
We have given the war to the dragons. The dragon rider should lead us.
And what of justice? Of temperance, or is strength now to be our only god?
To be fair, this is kind of the succession you wanted, you know? His sons.
Have I not spared you? What we must do now is terrible. Will you preside over it? Is this who you are, Alison?
I did not ask to be spared. And I did not give you leave to speak my name.
Well, that relationship went south.
By order of Aemon Targaryen, Prince Regent and Protector of the Realm.
Aemond. Does he mean the king?
I don't know.
You cannot keep us here!
Interesting to see it from their perspective.
Because they're all just in the dark and they're hungry. That's crazy to like lock them in, you know?
Our hesitance does not lie in Rhaenyra as queen, nor in the ruminations of Lord Tully, the oaf. Our fear lies in Vhagar.
You
scared
fear
of
a
Vhagar.
dragon leagues away when mine own sits outside your walls.
Do you offer us your protection?
I do. And the protection of my uncle.
And Daemon, I'm sure, has consented to this?
He will do as his queen commands.
Larys Strong has been relieved of his castle.
They want
Does the
Harrenhal.
Queen
Oh.
intend to raise up a new lord?
You want Harrenhal?
Like in addition to this place?
I mean, this is already there, so I guess they want...
Another one?
What are you gonna say to that? I'm assuming yes.
Ooh, but...
I mean, there's not much there.
Yeah, but Damon's already there, though.
Yeah, but if everything goes according to plan...
My mother will want
okay.
more than your crossing.
Ooh! Negotiate.
Does her grace desire?
Bent knees.
Okay.
Hey, well, I mean, he's doing really good.
I know.
You know? Look at him.
He's like low-key kind of like stepping his way up into like favorite character realm in this world.
Making moves, making political alliances.
It's interesting when like the younger people have to take like the forefront in this universe, like a Robb Stark, and you kind of start to see them make their own name. It's interesting.
The realm will suffer if Aemon One-Eye rules.
Aemon One-Eye?
He'll cut you down, soon as wish you good day.
I'd heard the same thing about you. But I'll cross you no further. I'm sure your tactics are, after all, approved by the Queen.
That's his weak spot.
She cannot succeed, Alice. Even if I willed it to be so, the people who support her will not be led by her. They look to Rhaenyra for strength. Who's better suited to it? The High Towers with their scheming, or Viserys' first true heir?
Is he being for real about that?
King's Landing. Rhaenyra is welcome to join me there and take her place by my side. King and Queen.
That's like...
Ruling together.
And if you lose?
Then I'll be dead. And none of this will be my problem.
It's easy you think that you never
He's so
knew your
matter of
mother.
fact. Oh.
Queen Rhaenyra wishes to name you Hand.
Oh, really?
Wow.
Even the death of my wife does not content her. Or does she think the position will compensate me for my loss?
Oh, he's just like grieving, but
Pledge
I
your
feel
peace
like...
to King's Landing then.
I don't
They will
know.
accept it most gleefully.
I would make you my heir.
Wow.
I am blood and fire. Driftmark must pass to salt and sea.
Oh.
You're bastard.
Oh.
Even though your son's out there in Essos. She's just looking at the throne, yeah.
Wow. You gonna sit on it? Who's behind you? Oh.
Was it worth the price?
Oh, she knows.
Ooh.
She's gonna talk? I mean, that did feel like Viserys.
Oh my gosh, she just never hears things at the last second properly.
We have no dearth of dragons. We have two large enough to stand against Vhagar. They are called Vermithor and Silverwing, and they sleep just beneath our feet.
Yes, and if only they had riders, none could stand against me.
There are those of our line who never ruled.
Who?
Those who married into other noble houses.
Oh, like other
Their children
Targaryens?
Born with other names.
Ooh.
Dragon will only accept a dragon lord to ride it.
Please let it be a Stark.
So say the histories.
Written to gild us in glory.
You suggesting we put a Malister on a dragon? A
To
Tara?
try.
It's better than death and defeat.
There are records here, surely.
Please have a Stark.
This is so exciting.
Fell out of it.
There could be scores of them.
A lot of people, yeah.
I mean, I'm assuming people from the lineage married out and out and
Oh,
out,
of course.
you know? So I'm sure. Hey,
You're a mad queen.
it's a smart thought, and you're using strategy
Your son.
and knowledge.
Yeah. They're gonna find somebody.
Yeah, strength in numbers that they won't think to do.
Honestly, I completely either omitted from my brain, didn't even realize, or forgot that there were other dragons beneath them that didn't have riders at this moment in time that they could use to combat Vhagar. And I said it seems like Team Green's trump card is Vhagar. It's the biggest dragon that's out there right now. It's the oldest dragon that's out there, and it's just significantly bigger than every other dragon. It's going to be interesting to see who they would even choose to try to put on a dragon. I would hope it would be a Stark. You know, it'd be cool, like that guy, like the one who's like leading the Starks right now would just be able to have like some lineage of Targaryen mixed in there. I think that would be really cool, but we'll find out.
I doubt it's gonna be him, to be honest, though.
I just am hoping for it.
Yeah, but that is an interesting thought, though, because, I mean, it would make sense because, you know, they all kind of marry for alliances and maybe down the line. I guess it hasn't really been touched upon yet. You assume, oh, it's like Targaryen blood or like blood of old Valyria or whatever, like the dragon lords of old Valyria. But I guess in theory, you know, it could, you're still of that lineage, even if you're kind of not a Targaryen anymore, technically.
True. But regardless of that, I am still really curious to see what Rhaenyra's plan of action with like the common folk of King's Landing is gonna actually, you know, take place. What is gonna be the result of them? What is the secrets even gonna be? What are these whispers that are gonna be out there that are gonna percolate throughout like the common folk of King's Landing that is gonna turn them on the crown? We already saw the beginnings of it, seeing the fact that a dragon could be killed and it's just flesh and blood and it's not like this mystical, untouchable, undamageable creature. That was a mistake that I don't think Otto would have made as Hand of the King. Also, I thought it was really interesting to see Alicent in this episode because she somehow, some way thought that she was still going to have a lot of say in the direction of how things were going to go, and she just did not foresee what was going to happen after this. Like, Aemond is obviously the next in line, and through everyone else's perception, that's where they went to. And now it's kind of a weird situation, is that like every decision she's made has led them to this point. It's got your son to the point where he's almost dead. He's not fully dead, even though like you made that joke like she walked out before he even spoke. We'll see if anything comes from that this season, or if it's going to be a situation where he's going to kind of just be bedridden, not be able to say a whole lot for a period of time. Or, you know, I mean, he could like be brain damaged and not really say much. He said mummy, you know, I mean, maybe that just was the subtitles, but I don't remember Aegon saying mommy, you know, calling Alicent mommy recently. So I don't really know what's going to come from that. But Alicent's decisions, or you know, what she heard or what she thought she heard, has now put them in this war that there's no coming back from. And whoever's gonna win this war, it's gonna end up being from like, you know, what ends up happening. It's not gonna be like a talking down point. Obviously, that was kind of inferred a few episodes ago when Rhaenyra actually spoke to Alicent. But it is interesting to see how she's perceiving everything now, knowing that she made that mistake and kind of almost having to live with it a little bit, knowing even though that, okay, it got my lineage on the throne, she was kind of scared of Aemond a little bit. I also made the joke in this episode that Daemon is just like on his own little side quest right now. He, every night it seems, is having visions and dreams, and I feel like in this episode I almost kind of felt like, is he gonna do something stupid thinking that it's a dream again and it not be a dream? And I feel like we might be inching to something like that actually happening, because I don't think he has like a full-on grip of what is reality and what's not at this point. He just keeps seeing random things. At one point he's with his mother. At one point he's seeing like Aemond and himself. At one point he's seeing young Rhaenyra. At one point he's seeing his second wife. There's a lot of stuff going on in Harrenhal. I wouldn't want to be anywhere near that place.
All right, y'all. Well, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next week.